Hi, and welcome back to this CWC Age podcast where leadership, mentorship, and lean thinking meet real world growth. I'm Chris, and whether you're a CEO, a business owner, graduate, or just hungry to grow, this is where you'll find insights that push you forward. Let's dive in. Welcome back to CWC Age podcast. I'm Chris, and today I want to talk about something deeply personal, and I know it's close to the heart of many of you listening: the journey of moving from service to success. Whether you've worn a uniform in the military or served in the emergency services, or you're just at that stage where life is shifting gears, I want you to know this: you're already have everything you need to succeed in the civilian and business world. The key is learning how to unlock it. I know that journey myself. I've walked that road, leaving behind the structure, the pressure, the brother and sisterhood of service, and stepping into a world that frankly can feel chaotic and a little bit alien. Today I'm going to share about the process looks like, the challenges you'll face, and most importantly, how to turn the skills you already have into your greatest advantage. So grab a brew, settle in, this one's for you. Now let's start by being brutally honest here. Transition from any walk of service life isn't easy. It's exciting, yes, but it's also disorientating. One day you've got a uniform, a rank, a title, or a role that's crystal clear. The next day, you're just another face in civilian clothes, trying to figure out what's next. And I've seen this firsthand. People who thrived in high-stress operational situations suddenly feel invisible. They go from having a mission or a purpose to feeling that they don't have one at all. There are three big challenges that come up time and time again when I speak with veterans and emergency service leavers. The first is identity. You have spent years, maybe even decades, defining yourself through your role. And when that role disappears, it can feel like part of you disappears too. The second challenge is confidence. Believe it or not, some of the most competent, capable people I know have doubted themselves in transition from service life. Why? Because they don't yet know how to translate their skills. And the third challenge is cultural disconnect. The military, the fire station, the police station, the ambulance station, these are worlds with their own languages, their own values, their own systems. The corporate world doesn't always get that, and sometimes we don't get them. Now, if you're nodding along, you're not the only one. I want you to remember this though. The struggle is normal, but it's also temporary. And on the other side of that struggle, hopefully, there's great opportunities. Here's the truth that most people forget when they hang up that uniform. You already have skills that civilians would pay a lot of money for. Let me give you 5 of them right now. Number 1, leadership under pressure. You know how to make decisions when it matters most. That's gold dust in any business environment. Number 2, strategic planning. Whether it's planning a patrol route or coordinating a response to an incident, you know how to break down those big missions into actionable steps. Guess what? That's project management at its finest. Number 3, discipline and consistency. In the civilian world, people talk about showing up as if it's rare. For you, showing up is second nature. Number 4, communication in chaos. You, out of all people, leaving a chaotic world, you know how to be clear, you know how to be concise, you know how to be calm. When everything around you is falling apart, staying calm. That's a superpower. And number 5, resilience. You face setbacks that most people can't even imagine. That grit, That bounce back mentality, it's priceless. And let's do a quick exercise right now. If you're listening at home or on your commute or on your computer, I want you to mentally hit pause for a minute. Take 30 seconds, grab a pen and a bit of paper and write down 3 strengths that you know that you have from what you learned in the service. Don't overthink it, just 3 words. Now when you come back to this episode, keep those words in front of you. They're the start of your new story. At cwcedge.com, I like to talk about building your edge. Your edge. And EDGE is more than a catchy acronym. It's a process that I thought about long and hard, and it's a process that works. Here we go. E. It stands for evaluate. Take an open, honest look at where you are right now, what you've got, and what you want. This isn't about tearing yourself down or beating yourself up. It's about knowing your current position, like a grid reference on a map before a mission. D stands for define. Define your new mission. In service, you always knew what the mission was, or at least I hope you did. Now you've got to set yourself a mission. Is it to start your own business? Is it to move into leadership or management or coaching? Or maybe it's just to build a stable career in that civilian world that gives you that balance, that home life balance. The G stands for grow. And growth happens fastest when you seek out mentors, when you seek out coaches and people that's already been there and done that, and when you seek out training. Do not try to do it all alone. Growth comes from learning and learning with others. And the final E for EDGE stands for engage. Engage with your new community, your new work colleagues, your new network. Do not isolate yourself at all. The strength of your network will be the strength of your future. So here's a little bit of a snippet of a real world success story. So here's a little bit of a real world success story from me. Let me share this story with you. A guy I knew quite a long time ago, and then he reached out and I mentored him to help him transition from the military. He'd spent over a decade in the Royal Marines. When he came out, he felt completely lost. He was applying for jobs, he was getting rejection after rejection, and to be honest, I knew him at his confidence peak, and his confidence was at rock bottom. We sat down over a brew and then had a couple of other sessions over Teams, and I asked him in the very first session, what did you do in service? He started listing all these skills. He listed planning, logistics, leading teams into firefights, doing dynamic risk assessments, conducting health and safety checks. I said, mate, you've just described to me somewhere in the realms of a senior operations manager. Now fast forward a year and 2 months, and he's now thriving in a corporate role where he's running multi-million-pound projects through MOD skill systems. The skills were always there. He just needed someone to help him translate them, and I was glad to take my part in that. So here's my challenge for you, should you so take it. Write down your top 5 skills and then pick one. And I want you to actively look for a way to use it in your civilian life. Maybe it's leadership. So volunteer to run a project at work. Maybe it's resilience. So push through a difficult task that others are avoiding. The key is to prove yourself that you already have what it takes. All right, well, thank you. And it's really quick, but let's wrap up this episode. Today we've talked about challenges of transition, and I'll be eager to even explore this even more with you. the transferable skills you already own, and how to start building your edge. Remember, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from a real good wealth of experience. And that experience is your advantage. So if you're ready to take this further, head over to cwcedge.com. There you'll find free resources designed specifically for veterans and emergency service professionals who are transitioning into business or leadership roles or management and consultancy roles. And if you're serious about accelerating your journey, you can book a call with me directly through the site. Don't just transition, transform. You've got this. I'll see you on the inside. Thanks for joining me on this episode of CWC Edge Podcast. I hope today's conversation gave you something valuable to take away and put into action. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. You can also connect with me directly at cwcedge.com, where I share more insights, tools, and resources. And if you're a podcaster, a leader, a manager, CEO, or professional on a similar journey, I'd love to collaborate. Let's grow together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep learning, and remember, growth happens at the edge.